Texas Tech in college basketball has been one of the best defensive teams over the past 5 to 6 years with Coach Beard and now Coach Adams. You can see by their numbers right here, per KenPom, they're the best adjusted defensive efficiency team in the country. They're 16th in opponent effective field goal percentage. Both numbers you'll see when we start to break down the film here. Now, the key principles right here, they shade and angle the ball handler to the baseline. They're getting into the ball, and they're trying to keep the ball on one side of the court. Now, they show early help, so when the ball moves, all defenders move in that direction. The low man is called the goalie for them, so we're going to see that a lot. And they switch 1 through 5. They contact switch, and a big principle of their defense is communication. Now let's go through the film when they played against Notre Dame right here and Montana State. So you can see they're keeping the ball on this side of the court. Now watch right here how they deny that pass to the top of the key. They deny right here, and then they go set a ball screen. And then on this ball screen, the primary defender is going to contact switch, so he's going to grab the screener and switch. Then the screener's defender is going to take the ball handler right here. Now they have another ball screen right here. They're going to try to ice it by forcing them this way. The offensive player does a good job of getting middle here, but you can see they keep the ball in front, and they always want to contest shots. So you can see right here, they're getting into the ball. They're trying to keep it on this side of the court. This is the low man, or the goalie as they call it. When he starts to drive right here, watch how this defender right here is going to show that early help to attempt to meet the offensive player outside the restricted circle, outside the box. And look at this help. They have 3 players in the paint. Sink defender, fill defender, and the nail defender right here. He has to pivot back. They close out. And watch how they're communicating right here. They're pointing. They're talking. 13 is going to take here. This defender is taking there. And they're communicating on the weak side right here with the low defender there, the goalie there. Now, on this dribble handoff, he attempts to keep it. They do a good job of keeping the ball in front right there. And once again, they're keeping it on the side. Now, when they post entry right here into the mid post, you can see the low defender right here is going to double. And you have the sink defender right here who's zoning up. So he'll take ball, and you have the nail defender here. They try to dribble out. He throws it to the top of the key. They arrive on the closeout, high hand contest. See right here on this dribble handoff, they're pointing, they're switching it. They reverse it. And you can see they jump on this one. Watch that possession again. Right here, this exchange. They switch it. He's trying to deny the ball right here. And they switch it again. They're so good at contact switching. Another switch on that ball screen. You can see the whole time when the ball goes to the left over here, the goalie right there has the help responsibility. Now, when this offensive player starts to drive, this is the goalie. They have the responsibility because you can't help strong side, so they're just going to stunt and get back in the gap. He comes all the way over to help at the rim and blocks that layup attempt. Another contact switch. They reverse it. They reverse it. Now right here you can see he's fighting around on the post, and you have early help so you can't throw it over top. They're always pointing and they're always communicating. Once again, watch from the beginning right here of this closeout. They close out high hand, and they're taking away the ability to drive middle on that, attacking a closeout. Then they show early help right here. Watch this gap swipe to force the pickup. He's sinking down into this post player. Excellent rotation. They get through on that pin down. You can see they're 3/4 fronting right here. And you have 2 defenders right here zoning up to be in help. They close out on that opposite pass, and they arrive on both closeouts. And you can see high hand contest taking away a middle drive. One of their goals and principles is to contest every shot. Once again, look at this. They're giving this up. They want you to drive baseline into this because then they're pointing right here saying, this defender right here is the goalie. He has a responsibility to show early help, which he does. You have the sink defender right here. He's going to fill, and on that fill, he gets an active hands deflection. Leads to a steal. A contact switch. Watch this switch right here. So when they have this middle ball screen, you can see 15 is going to grab the offensive player right here to switch. You have the low defender right here, so if they try to throw over top, he would take that pass. When they drive here, you can see he's going to help right there. He's showing early help. He has a responsibility to sink down to the dunker spot right here. Great job of going up with verticality. On this double drag, they're going to triple switch. Watch. So they're going to switch all these screens. Switch, switch again, switch again, keeping the ball on the side. You can see 3/4, and you can see how far that offensive player is pushed out right there. You got a low defender right here in the restricted circle, and you have the nail defender. And because of their ball pressure, it really makes it tough to throw that opposite pass, but that's one of the counters. Watch this. So number 3 rejects it right here because they're trying to keep the ball on the side. Watch where the help comes from right there, the goalie. And then he's zoning up, so he's got to take first pass right here, but his active hands leads to a deflection. Now we have a pistol action, so that's a DHO right here into the double drag. They're going to triple switch it again, and watch how they're pointing and communicating. You have a high hand right there to take away any shot. And that's what they want you to do. Because look at this defense. You have gap defender, gap defender. If you drive this way, that's the low defender. If you drive this way, that's the low defender. They're all within the three-point line showing help right there. That makes it very tough for the offensive player to score. And you can see they're so active on the ball. Look at their hands. Watch it, this stab at the ball right here on the between the legs right there. He gets his hand all the way on that to create a steal. This is at the end of the game with a minute left when they have to get a stop. Switch on the DHO. Now you got to keep the ball in front, which they do. Watch this gap swipe right here. Forces the offensive player to pick it up above the free throw line. That's a long way to go in 2 steps. And you can see they do a great job too of when to help and when not to help. So right here, the defender's on his hip, so they're not going to over help right here. And they just go high hands, and it creates a block. Now this is against Montana State. Once again, they're switching, keeping the ball on the side right here. And this is what we saw against Notre Dame. They're giving this up because if you drive here, that player is going to help, sink, and then fill. Great job trying to jab. Here's the help comes. Right here, you got the sink, who's going to take that cutter. You have the nail defender. Look, you have 4 defenders right here. They switch again. And you can see even on the weak side, watch the weak side again. So when the player's dribbling up right here, watch how they just switch that exchange right here. Arrives on the closeout. Once again, you have early help right here to take away anything baseline. Great contest. Once again, you're going to see number 0 come over here and help right there, show that early help. And since he's outside the restricted circle, they're going to try to take a charge. He pivots back. 25 sinks into the offense player here. But if they throw it to number 3 here, then he's got to close back out. But he creates that deflection by active hands. And you'll see this 1-2-2 or 2-2-1 back into their man-to-man defense too. Trying to keep the ball on this side right here. You can see early help right here. This defender right here has to help on this dive cut right there, which he does. He gets right in front, which makes it very hard to score over top. And they just go verticality. And you can see they're trying to pick up right outside the NBA three-point line. They're going to switch that action. On this step-up screen right here, they're going to ice it, so force it sideline, baseline. If he uses it, number 11 will take him, and which he does. And you can see they try to slip out of this, but the goalie right here, the low defender, can help. He can intercept that pass, which leads to a steal. One of their main principles is when the ball moves, you move towards the ball. So the only person here that isn't going to over-help or over-commit is the strong side defender right here. He's just going to have a gap swipe to force a pickup. But the low defender is ready to move towards the ball if he needs to help here. But they do a good job of getting back in front right here to cut off. But you can see Watch all 4 defenders right here move towards the ball right there. They converge on the ball. They're forcing number 2 towards the baseline right here. He's going to attempt to drive. They do a great job of using their active hands right here to create a deflection. They show that early help, which leads to a steal right there.